project management process groups. The PMBOK organizes the project management processes into 5 groups known collectively as the project management process groups. These 5 process groups have clear dependencies and are typically performed in the same sequence on each project. They are independent of application areas or industry focus. A process group includes the constituent project management processes that are linked by the respective inputs and outputs, where the result or outcome of one process becomes the input to another. The process groups are not project phases. Each individual process focuses on a specific purpose, such as creating the project risk register, while the entire collection of processes make sure that all the project management components are properly integrated with each other. There's an inherent logic to the order of the process groups. The initiating process group occurs first and generally only once for a project or phase. This is where the project or phase gets a high-level definition and formal authorization to proceed. The planning process group begins after initiation. During planning processes, project or phase objectives are clarified and the scope defined. Since planning is not a one-time process, it may occur simultaneously with executing and monitoring. The executing process group is where the work described in the scope takes place. It begins after some planning has taken place, but planning and executing often occur simultaneously. The monitoring and controlling process group reviews the project or phase work and performance for variances. It starts immediately after initiation and will remain active until the project is closed. The closing process group occurs last and generally only once for a project or phase. It performs the activities needed to formally close the project or phase. The 9 knowledge areas are: integration management, scope management, time management, cost management, quality management, human resource management, communications management, risk management, procurement management. Processes in project integration management are concentrated on integrating, coordinating, and unifying project and project management activities. We know from earlier discussions that nearly all processes interact and have dependencies with each other. For example, developing a budget for labor costs depends upon having a solid idea of what tasks are involved, what types of personnel are needed to perform the tasks, and how much effort the tasks will require. Misinformation in any of these will result in a budget that is fatally flawed. Integration processes are about the overall project picture and making sure the project and project management activities are coordinated for the overall good of the project. Integration management is the only knowledge area that includes processes from each of the 5 process groups: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. The integration management knowledge area also contains some of the most important, broadly based project processes: develop project charter, develop preliminary scope statement, develop project management plan, direct and manage project execution, and monitor and control project work. Project scope management focuses on identifying the work required, and only the work required to complete the project successfully. If this phrase looks familiar to us, it should be because it's the definition of the project scope statement. Though there is a relationship between the product scope and the project scope, scope management deals only with the project scope since the product scope is outside the project management boundaries. This does not mean that the project manager should ignore the product scope. On the contrary, if a product scope does not exist or is deficient, it's up to the project manager and team to develop one. This knowledge area also ensures that the completed deliverables adhere to the project scope and are formally accepted by the customer. Project time management includes the processes necessary to construct and control the project schedule and complete the project on an agreed-upon timeline. The time management processes must occur at least once on every project and may also occur for each project phase. Since an accurate schedule depends upon other data, there are processes within project time management whose outputs are concerned with activity definition, sequencing, resource estimating, and duration estimates. These provide direct inputs to the schedule development process. Processes in project cost management are focused on planning, estimating, budgeting, and controlling costs so that the project can be completed within its approved budget. In some projects, the cost estimating and cost budgeting processes may be approached as one process because they are so tightly linked. The cost control process contains several formulas that are used for performance measurement and forecasting. Project quality management is about ensuring that the deliverables meet the requirements for which the project was undertaken. Project quality management is compatible with both the International Organization for Standardization (ISO) and proprietary quality approaches, such as Total Quality Management (TQM) and Six Sigma, and common themes in this knowledge area are customer satisfaction, prevention over inspection, and continuous improvement. Project human resource management deals with the processes and activities to organize, manage, and build the project team. The project manager has ultimate responsibility to ensure the project is successful, but he or she can only succeed with the active involvement of the project team in planning, decision-making, and of course executing activities. This knowledge area encompasses several organizational behavioral theories involving team building, motivation, and team performance. Project communications management provides processes for communication planning, information distribution, performance reporting, and managing stakeholders. Each of these processes will occur at least once for the project and may also occur for project phases. We know that effective communication is critical to help ensure a successful project. Activities in this knowledge area make sure that the information and communication needs of stakeholders are planned for, and that project information, including status, progress, and forecasting, is made available in a timely manner. A key activity in this knowledge area is managing communications to satisfy the needs and resolve issues with project stakeholders. Risks are uncertain events that impact one or more of the project objectives. The objectives of risk management processes are to decrease the probability and impact of negative events and increase the probability and impact of positive risk events. Project risk management ensures that risks are identified, analyzed, plans established, and managed. Each risk process occurs once for every project and may be done for each project phases. However, just as with other knowledge areas, the likelihood is that risk processes will reoccur throughout the entire project life cycle. Many projects require outside products, services, or other resources outside of the project team. Project procurement management includes make or buy analysis, purchasing, vendor selection, contract administration, and contract management activities.